Hi, I'm Dan Weiss from the University of Oxford. I work for the Malaria Atlas Project, but today I'm going to be talking a little bit about accessibility mapping in Earth Engine. So the premise behind this work is that accessibility can be measured using Earth Engine now, and so we focus on accessibility as a travel time to cities of 50,000 people or more is predicated on having built a friction surface, which is a cost, like a resistance to moving through a cell. And then you take a set of points, in this case cities, and you apply a least cost path algorithm to it, which has now been built into Earth Engine. So accessibility to cities is useful in many contexts. For example, it's related to positive outcomes for humans, so wealth, education, etc. But it also has a downside, and then it's related to bad consequences like deforestation. A few years ago, they had an accessibility map made by Andy Nelson at JRC. It was pretty good, but it was made with data that was sort of suboptimal. So our goal was to reinvent that and do it again for 2015 using much, much better data. So we partnered with the JRC and Google, and folks like Matt and Eduardo helped to implement the cost, or the cumulative cost function, which is excellent. So here's an example of our friction surface. So this is kind of what stands behind the scenes. This is all made in Earth Engine, and it's largely driven by roads, as you can tell. And from there, this is the map. This is 2 years worth of work. That's how it goes. So this is the new 2015 product. The game changer here was the data. So that specifically, we were able to combine OSM data as well as Google Roads data, so the first time that's ever been done globally. And relative to the 2008 map, it was nearly a 5-fold increase in the number of roads. So not just road density, but also a tremendous increase in accuracy. So just to show sort of the relevance of this, why we bother doing it, in this case, if you're on the left, this is income by country, so high income countries are the green line, low income countries are the orange line, and its population relative to travels to cities, or the percentage of population. And on the right, we have the sub-national analysis. This is based off DHS data, so over 1.2 million household clusters. And just to show that, yep, remoteness is related to wealth, or inversely related to wealth. No surprise. Going forward, part of the reason JRC was concerned about this was actually looking at the other side of accessibility, the back edge of the double-edged sword, so in specific roadless forests. So this will be one of the avenues through which we make our data available. This will be publicly up soon. It'll also be available through Earth Engine. Looking forward, because we built this all in Earth Engine, you can use it to do for other maps. For example, healthcare, this is in progress. And we're also building a web app. So my colleague, Harry Gibson, will allow you to upload your own points and make your own maps. Thanks. She asked how I was able to combine OSM and Google, because those have traditionally been pretty antithetical groups. Anyway, so bringing in OSM at the raster level, and then they have an open license ultimately, and then we bring in Google at the raster level, and those just become two rasters that sum together. So we cleared it from both sides, and we jumped through all the legal hoops.